Hello and welcome to Musings by Amit. Now I'm getting a lot of questions on my channel Musings by Amit. I feel that I need to set up some time so that people can directly ask me questions in the chat and I can answer them when they have the question in their mind. So say hi in the chat. Hi Kaushik, what is the skill required for side 1, side 2 and side 3 roles? What is a side 1 role? Kaushik, what is a side 1 role? SDEO, software development engineer. I'm very sorry. Okay. So what are the skills see if you see the skills required, if you see a particular project, okay, if you see a software development project, then SD1, SD2, SD3 are almost using the same skills. Okay, if you are on a project, then an SD1 is also a software development engineer with SD1 is also a .NET engineer. A senior one is also a .NET engineer, and maybe a lead is also a .NET engineer. So the basic skill required is going to be the to become whatever programming language you are good in. That is the basic skill required. But if you want to quickly grow, if you want to become like if you want to jump these things quickly, then you add a specialization to your .NET engineering. So for example, you are a .NET engineer, but you become a full stack .NET engineer. Maybe you also learn WCF and you also learn more things within .NET than just simple programming in one particular language. Is in your domain. For example, if you are on a retail domain, then you can specialize in your domain. So, Kaushik, does that answer the question? So, always see the if you are in a big software company, which software company are you working for, Kaushik? If you are in a big top software company where there are a lot of engineers, then the progression from SD1 to SD2 to SD3 is very systematic manner. Every year they will have an appraisal cycle. In the appraisal cycle, they will look at how much is your experience, what projects you have done, what does your manager think about you, what does your colleagues think about you, and based on that they will promote you from SD1 to SD2. Okay, it's not just dependent on the skill. I will say the skills required for going from SD1 to SD2 is only 20%. Okay, there are a whole lot of other things which are required, which will bring you from SD1 to SD2. And that is why you will see that you cannot predict in how many years somebody will go from SD1 to SD2 to SD3. You cannot predict in a big company. In companies like TCS, Infosys, and all, where it's more than 2 lakh employees who work within that company. Okay, so when you are at SD1, you are at the bottom of the pile, and there are like 40, 50, 60,000 people in your company who are at that level. So you're competing with all these people, right? And within that competition, I called something called as the ABC player system. ABC player system. There are A players in the company. 20% of employees are A players. 70% of employees are B players, and 10% of employees are C players. And this ABC has nothing to do with the SD1, SD2, SD3. That is not your position. At any level, you can be a B, or C player. Okay, so A players really get the promotion really quickly. Okay, and that only 20% is dependent on your skill. There is a lot of external. So the main skill, primary skill, second, like communication. How do you manage your project? How are you a leader? How are you doing well with your manager? Is your manager really liking you? Are your colleagues liking you? Is the client can play a very big role. I have where client has requested the company to promote somebody, and the company goes ahead and promotes that person. Okay, I hope that answers your question, Kaushik. In the chat, tell me whether you are a subscriber or not. And all those who are not a subscriber, become a subscriber. I think this live stream was very good, but I'm planning to come live on 3:15 every Saturday at least. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Stay focused, stay rich, and see you in the next live.